All right, well, while I get mic'd up, Anna, I talked to a lot of you at break. I love it. I'll stick around after the class too. I have nowhere to be but another hotel. So I want Anna to talk a little bit about what she has already done. It is 12:36. I've only been here for 2.5 hours.
Okay. Are you attached? Okay. So if you're a listing agent in this office, or you're a newer agent in this office, and you know how to get open houses or get your open houses hosted, right now it's kind of clunky. You can put it on Facebook, or you can, a lot of listing agents call me, and then I'll blast it, and sometimes we get people, sometimes we don't. So it's very clunky, and it's very labor intensive for me. And so I've been thinking about how to do that, set this up. So since Lauren started, I kicked off creating this platform called the Open House Hub. And probably later today, I'll be able to roll this out. So the way that this will go.
Let's start with, you had an idea. You had no tech background.
No, I have tech background.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. But I didn't write any code. I did not write any code. I did not implement any. Sorry. I didn't have any code. I didn't write any code. I didn't implement any technical things. My background and what I do know how to do is think through software. And so if you can document what you want the software to do, exactly how you want it to work, then you can do this. That's all. So what this will be is you will register to be a user. This created like the whole user management platform. I was young when I was in tech, and so like pioneered this stuff, but now what do we need for user management? But it creates a whole user management platform, forgot password system. So everyone who wants to participate in open houses will register. When you're a listing agent, you go in and you click on create a listing. Okay? And then you fill out this form. If you're an agent that wants to do open houses, you come in and register, and the dashboard will show you, created a dashboard. I mean, you guys, this is like amazing. So it says we have 11 available open houses. So let's say I'm a new agent and I've registered and I come in and I look at these 11 open houses that are available. And I say, okay, well, this one is on Main Street in Marietta. This one's in Anytown. This one's in Old Town, whatever. I look at the open houses and what the listing agent has put in the description, when they want it, what they hope to see happen, who the listing agent is, and their contact information. And then I'll go down, I'll find one. Let's say I want to do this one. So I claim it. And then I say, yes, claim it. And it says, you're hosting this open house. And then it gives the listing, I need to hook it up to some external, like a text, Twilio and stuff. Yeah. So I'll hook it up to an external text. So the listing agent will get a bing, somebody claimed your open house. Open house agents will get a bing, you've claimed this open house, contact the listing agent. And then your open house is handled for that week without calling me, without waiting for me to find somebody, because this is an opportunity matching platforms. I'm super excited.
What did you use? Like what did you start with?
What was it, Gemini? I don't even remember. AI Studio.
Like, I don't even know where I started.
You said, this is what I did to create the calculator.
Had you used AI Studio before? Or you just heard about it today?
Never used it before.
And within 2 hours.
And it's beautiful. I told it to use KW colors. I mean, no, yeah, just Gemini. So thank you.
Yeah, of course.
It's going to change our lives, right? Listening?
Well, and thank you. And see how she started with bottleneck. This is a bottleneck. How can I fix it? 30,000 foot view. What do I need? And within minutes, I don't know how many agents call you every week, but you just bought back hours of your week. You got hours of your week back every week for the rest of your career because you sat down for 2 hours and had an idea and AI during a class while paying attention to other things. Yeah,
So thank you, beautiful.
of course. My job here is done. I'll see you guys later.
The riches, right? You guys need open houses? Yeah.
Perfect. Well, and even open house agents, you guys could piggyback off that a little bit more and then create your own that would then automatically send updates, instructions, like little information, don't let the cat out, things like that. I don't know if you guys use list reports. We do. Where's the closest school and restaurants and coffee shops and grocery stores? And you could create whatever you want. And then that agent is no longer having to call you or text you like ours do. When was the roof put on? I passively, aggressively, every single time send them the link to the auditor site. I'm like, it's right there. But anyways, yeah, so you guys could ideate together and build different things and piece them together within your own teams, within your own brokerages, within, even you and your mortgage lender, you and your inspection company. All these different things are possible. So I love that, Anna. Congratulations. Awesome. All right, so I had a couple more questions on a couple more platforms, and I didn't make it this far to where I'm going right now at the last 2 days because people wanted to implement right away. But because I had a handful of you ask some questions, I'm going to touch on a couple other things in my tech stack before we get tactical. Don't let this be a portion that's like, oh my gosh, this is too much. If it resonates with you, use it. If it doesn't, don't. This is more advanced stuff. And then we're going to get tactical. Cool? All right. So first of all, to Kate's point, how do you build bots that will actually do things? How do you make one platform talk to another platform? I use make.com. If you've ever used Zapier, who's familiar with Zapier, the Zaps? It's very familiar. I use make.com only because I'm a visual learner, and it looks and is easier for me to put together as a visual learner. So what can this do for us? It can automate repetitive tasks to save time and effort. So everything we talked about with efficiency was doing things faster for ourselves. When we start to put in the agentic side of things, like these bots, is where we can take, okay, this bot's doing this portion and then sending it to this bot that's doing this portion, which is then sending it to this platform, and then the tasks start to get done. So this is more advanced, but I wanted to touch on it since I had 5 or 6 of you ask. Other things it can do, like I said, it can integrate multiple tools. Last I checked, there's like 300-ish integrations already there, but there's also private integrations. As long as you have the API key, which is what we're missing from Command, as long as you have the API key, you can connect anything. You can create tailored workflows for unique business needs. So I showed Kate how I have automated some of the social media. I've automated inbox assistance. I've automated a lot of things. It can also analyze data for informed real estate decisions. So if you wanted to connect it to Zillow's API key and have it run market analysis for you, it could do that. I'm working on getting backdoor access to MLS, IDX, things like that. They're very hard to come across, mainly because name and password, or username and password, it's hard to crack. But again, this is also infant. I'm sure we'll get there. So things that I have built on make.com, this bot, for example, I typed in one word into a Google spreadsheet, call it Columbus, Ohio market. Perplexity, which is just another thing like ChatGPT. The only reason I used Perplexity when I built this a year ago is because ChatGPT did not at that time have web search capability. You could put in ChatGPT right there. And what that would do is this bot is trained to go find articles relevant to this, key players, market updates, yada, 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 that are, what's the verbiage I use in there? Something like up to date, like to May 2025, whatever. And then that will send me an email of a summary, and then that will send off to another bot who, this one is specifically trained on Facebook, this one specifically, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and then the second bot will actually generate the image, and then it will actually post to my socials. That's the power of what could be. Don't let that fire hose you. I just know that there's about 6 in you who might be ready for something like that. Here's another one where client fills out a form. I created the form on Tally. It could be Jotform, Google Form. It could be any type of form. You start there as the trigger when the form comes through. This chatbot will actually read the form and is trained to basically summarize a coaching type style conversation in my voice, which then sends that script to ElevenLab where my voice is cloned, which then sends it to my Google Drive through a share link and actually emails it to the person. So if Kate were to fill out my form, buyer, seller, investor, doesn't matter, it would walk through, this bot would actually then email her within minutes a link of my voice with whatever she filled out. They can run automatically 24/7. You can turn them on and have them run in intervals of 15 minutes, once an hour, once a day, once a week, whatever it is that you want. Or you could build it, not have it run automatically, and then just jump in and run it when you want to run it. It's up to you. Another person had asked about how to take long-form video to short-form video. If you are a podcaster, a YouTuber, you do long-form home tours, anything like that, Opus Clip is for you. There is a free version. I do pay for the paid version. Someone else had asked me, I think it was Kate, how much I pay for everything per month. What I'm teaching, everything that I pay for, aside from my own CRM, I pay maybe $250 a month for. And that's Make.com, that's Opus, that's CapCut, that's Poppy. I would say $250. Once I remembered to cancel all those trials. Here's Opus Clip and what it can do for you. So you take one long form video, whether it's in a Dropbox or it's on YouTube, unlisted or not, doesn't matter. And it will chop up that video into all of these small form content. So for example, if I took, this is a link to one of my coaching calls. Within about 3 minutes, it chops up 30-ish short form content. What I can do from here, one, it will rank it based on virality. It will actually analyze what is being said and tell you, hey, this is a really good piece of content, all the way down to, I think the last one on this was a 71. So it basically is showing you, hey, post this or don't post that. What you can do from here then is you can still edit it if you wanted to. It's a lot like Descript. Is anyone familiar with Descript? That was one of the first video editings that came out. Okay. If I don't like this portion of what Brooke is saying, all I'd have to do is click this, delete it, and it cuts it out of the video just like that. So all of the ums, all of the ands, AI does all of it for you. Remove filler words, remove pauses, auto censor if you've got a potty mouth. It'll automatically generate B-roll. So say you're in a podcast and it's just you, but you don't want the content to just be you, it'll find the B-roll that's relevant to what you're saying and stick it in. And I'll just show you real quick. For that, I could say auto-generate B-roll. And what it's going to do is it'll find the B-roll, and it'll stick it where it thinks it should go, and then I still have full control of putting it where I want it to go. It can do captions. You can change the transitions if you want, or if you're not an editor and you don't want to edit, you can just all set. Whatever it is that you want it to do. Another powerful thing that this can do is, well, I'll let the B-roll finish. Another powerful thing that it can do is you can actually save, see, okay, right there. See how it put it sporadically throughout? Because based on what is being said at that time, that's the B-roll that it found, and that's what it put it over.
So where is it getting the B-roll? Is this from anything that could have like copyright issues? Or is
The
it
AI
AI
gods.
generated?
It's AI. Here, I'll show it to you. I have no idea what this video says, so if it's anything,
There was a post just the other day about CapCut and their privacy policy, and that it was basically saying whatever you upload to this is like ours now. So I'm assuming it would come from that, right?
so it's AI generated. CapCut is a lot like Opus in the sense of I could put my video in there and make it go to music and transition differently and things like that. What this is it's taking that long form and chopping it up for me. So I'm not having to create the 30 pieces of content. I'm having to do one long form thing, and it's chopping it up for me. So that's
From a privacy, or like where it's
privacy status, yeah, probably the same.
like similar, because that was the arguments the agents were saying.
Right.
Wait a minute, I don't necessarily want to give in this case, CapCut, I don't want to give them, full rights to everything,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, and here's the thing is, again, millennial, I have no hope in life, but I'm just kidding. But like Wall Street Journal is suing. The Sun is suing. It's all questionable. But it's also new that I don't know the answers, and I'm not going to pretend to because I'm not a lawyer. But when you do get access to things, I feel fine to be like, whatever, you got my Google account and everything anyway.
Well,
But
it's like Canva, you pay extra to have access to content pictures, right? So like,
Yeah.
if you pay for the pro version, maybe that kind of.
Yeah,
is
but
a caveat.
this is what it looks like.
Makes a ton of sense. And I was like, yeah, like this doesn't have to be your forever home. This is a stepping stone to your.
Oh my God, this is perfect because this is exactly what I was talking about with the new build. Okay, watch this.
And yet here I shared it and they're like, oh no, this makes a ton of sense. And I was like, yeah, like this doesn't have to be your forever home. This is a stepping stone to your forever home. So I've kind of taken, it's been twofold. And I met with Chrissy, who's my coach in our office yesterday. And
So if I wanted to take that portion out, all I'd have to do is go, boop. Nobody cares about the coach. Let's keep going.
when I first started coaching, I had all these things that I was going to do for lead gen. And I was like, yeah, I kind of scrapped my whole calendar and took all my time blocking out of my calendar because I need to redo it because my focus is
Okay,
completely.
don't need that part, just delete. Now we're moving on. See how easy this is?
Another good thing about AI is if you've got one client who's it'll actually hit both and resonate with both types of clients as long as you just tell.
So see how it's pulling AI because I'm talking about certain things? But yeah, when you go to set this up, and it could be different for every video, it doesn't matter. When you go to set this up, before you even import, go back. Before you even drop your link right there, you could do, let me just find a random link.
And you have to have a link to put in there, right? So you have to have it either on your desktop, in a Dropbox, in it somewhere.
So yes, it has to be, well, you could upload it,
Oh, okay.
but Google Drive, Dropbox, Zoom, whatever. I told you I liked Hormozy, didn't I? So if I wanted to come over to my YouTube and just grab like, get shareable link, come over here, drop it in. Right here is where I can actually start to say, okay, I only want it to be this long. I want it to be this style, these captions, and you can actually change your the framing style, like the 16:9 and things like that. Yeah, you can. Everything's editable, so you could change whatever you want within here. Right
I
here.
don't know that I go to ChatGPT and say, tell me the best.
Or Gemini.
Most
which is
efficient.
Gemini.
Yeah. But if you wanted to take it from 9 to 16, 1 to 1, 4 to 5, I mean, you could make it for whatever you want. Then you could download it. You could even publish it to your social media straight from here. So you don't actually have to download it and then log in and upload it like you were talking about, Carla. Just go to the social planner. And if I wanted to post this, hit all platforms, it automatically wrote the caption, it automatically did the hashtags, hit publish now. Or if I wanted to do, say I was on an hour podcast and it chopped up 30 pieces of content, I would just take 15 minutes and schedule it out for the next 30 days. And now for the next 30 days, I've got content going out automatically without me having to do anything. And I didn't edit it. It wrote the captions. It did the virality. It did everything. Pretty powerful stuff. Any questions on Opus before I move on to the next one real quick? What'd you say? What'd you say?
No, I think you've covered it all.
Okay, cool.
No, she heard CapCut. CapCut's different.
CapCut is different than Opus. These are some of the more advanced things that I typically just wait till the end when people who want to know more, but I had a lot of people ask me during the break, so I just wanted to touch on a few things first.
Opus is separate.
Opus is separate, paid, long form to short form. That's a good question. I've had it for about a year and a half now. I think I pay like $30 a month. Like it's really not. It's credit based. So you're purchasing credits and you're telling it how many credits you're gonna want per year, or per month. So if you look up here on mine, you can see that I have probably like 2,500 credits or something like that left. Right here. I have 2,423 that expired 140 days because I bought the year package. So I'm 6 months into the year because it just refreshes every, yeah. I don't know. It's a good question. I'm not an Opus expert. I'm an AI expert. I love it. Okay, so that's Opus. And then again, for people who want specific. HeyGen was another one that we talked about. This is where you can create your AI avatar. There are different tiers. I believe they still do have a free version, but there's different tiers of what it can do, whether you want just the AI robot, the AI avatar one way, or if you want to be able to change the outfits within it, or if you want the API keys. There's different tiers, so just look it up. But this is where you can actually create and launch videos. So for example, if I went to get my nails done, I got a blowout, I got my makeup done, I'm ready to shoot content for a day, I would just create an avatar of myself, and she's ready to go whenever. So now I'm using AI to script and write, and now it's producing video at scale without me actually having to get on camera anymore.
Is it able to only do the framing you give it, or is it able to like have realistic body movement and
Yeah.
stuff like that?
Yeah, again, the more you're willing to pay, the higher quality it's going to be. But yeah, I mean, it can do a ton. It can get in. What?
Is like the human?
I'm not familiar with Be Human. Yeah, probably, if it's an AI avatar. But like I said, I mean, you can go photo to video. It's got a whole AI studio. It's got the quick avatar, which is what I just did here. You could actually have it like add products and insert highlights. And
Is this one also token based, or how is how many videos?
I pay monthly for this one. I don't know how all the tiers are. But again, my entire stack, I think I pay like $250 a month.
So every time you did a video, you'd be in the same clothes?
Because I did the quick avatar, yes.
Same of whatever you chose to be in, like your outfit or whatever would be the same, and it would be you, and you're the same look. It's just the information that you were gonna be, it would use you and do the video through what you wanted it to be. Is that, am I saying that?
Correct.
right?
Like if I'm sitting here and I want it to say, I want a cheeseburger from McDonald's,
Right.
I could script it to say I want a cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Yeah.
And then if the next one said, I really liked my taco for lunch, all I'd have to do is change the script and hit go, and it would generate the same look, but my mouth would move differently with the AI.
It's like, it's you, but you're not really doing it. It's you're creating, telling it what you want it to do.
I create it one time and I'm done. All I have to do then is just feed it scripts of what I want it to say, and it will say it in my voice.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah. But to Kate's point, then, if I wanted to say, make my jacket red, at a higher tier, you could tell it, make my jacket red, pull my hair in a ponytail, change my background to Columbus City. You could do all those things. Yeah. Zoom in, zoom out, yeah. 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 So the people on Monday at First Atlanta wanted to see what it looked like, to see how real it was. So I generated this one real quick so you guys can see. I just copy and pasted something random. Oops.
HeyGen. Simply type your script to get started.
Hold on. See how it said to simply type your script? Hey.
Your mouth wasn't moving.
Here it is.
Ambitious entrepreneurs and real estate investors. Your posts highlight buying, selling.
This is the quick avatar. This is not the highest.
Topics that resonate with
So all I did was whatever I had said, obviously it was never give up something. I just copy and pasted something in real time on Monday to show them what it could do, and it, within seconds, recreates the video. So if I actually paid the top tier, had the studio, could change everything, it could be very powerful to create content at scale without me actually having to do anything except give it.
Was your initial audio delayed from the video? Is that why it's doing that, or is that something that automatically happens with this program in the basic?
I mean, the basic is the basic. It's, yeah. I've seen the studio. I've got a couple friends who actually have, and it is very real. It's hard for me to tell it's AI.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much is something like that?
I pay like let me see. Let's see. If I were to go in here, and Kate, this does integrate too.
Oh, down at the bottom it says pricing.
So if I were to come in here and do, oh, there's the pricing. Yeah, I pay the $30 a month. But if you wanted to do more, it looks like they've updated a couple of these. 2 seats available, 2 custom video avatars. The enterprise, though, is where you can actually get into the studio and build more and more and more fancy type things. Personally, for me, I wouldn't do that because I'm not creating at scale. But if I wanted to, I could.
Yeah, as long as it wasn't delayed, I feel like the basic plan is good. I'm just, like, maybe it's for the speakers.
Yeah.
Because it's coming out of set. That's the only thing. That
It does have, I will say, it does have like a webinar-y type feel. Like it looks like it was something that was recorded and then uploaded, not me speaking to a microphone right now.
Gotcha.
But the more that you use it, the more it could learn. And
And they'll get smarter.
yeah, oh, over time, absolutely. So this one was a creepy, I just took this from picture so you can see, this is a picture of me. Picture.
Over the past 8 years, I've had the honor of co-founding and growing the LKW.
Isn't that creepy?
Just makes you move, yeah. That's a great picture, though.
Put a picture of your dead uncle up there.
Be nice.
That's creepy.
I mean, you could bring dead family members back to life, I suppose. He said it, not me. So that's HeyGen to create avatars, and then this one is a free. So if you want to, this one is actually very helpful for consultations and stuff like that. It's text to image. So what this would do is if you're creating first-time home buyer, if you're creating, this is my process, this is my SOP, open house, whatever, you could take those words and it will automatically create you visuals. And then you can brand them to your color, you can have transparent backgrounds, you can make them downloadable, insertable, and things like that. It's free. You could use it however, whenever. Sounds like a lot of people think that that's pretty powerful. Do you want me to walk you through how to do it real quick then? Yeah. Okay. It's called Napkin AI. So when you sign in, you would click on New Napkin at the top left. And it could even be, hey, I just created this content with ChatGPT, copy and paste it, put it in a napkin. This is how you start to get all the AIs working together for you, whether you're manually doing it step by step or not. This is how AI is doing all of it. So AI wrote this first-time home buyer's plan.
Could they do a better job than the Canva integration, or the Canva bot? I haven't used that.
I really haven't
Curious
either.
what the comparison is.
I haven't really either.
Okay, that's fine.
I realized the other day, I was like, oh wow, I've been teaching this so much. I should probably like take a couple days to like get myself caught up. But here's what you could do with this. So I have a first-time homebuyer plan. If I wanted to create a full step-by-step of all 9 steps that it came up with, I would just highlight that and click this blue button here. And all of a sudden, AI is coming up with options. So see here, I can just scroll to all the different ways. Let me scroll down here so you guys can kind of see it better. Go. could be a roadmap, it could be a funnel. And then say I like this one, but I don't like the colors. I could come in here and actually customize the style a little bit more. And say that I want this one. Oops. I could come in here and change to, say pink was my color. So you can customize everything you want. And then also you can share these, download them, whatever you want.
So really, it's good for processes when you've got, that's really what this is best for.
For sure.
right? For process.
Yeah, and like say I wanted,
Put out in a visual form.
yep, so say I preferred, instead of it doing, this was what I did the other day. See how you can just download it, export it? So say I wanted to do each one step by step instead. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. I could come up here and I could just highlight step 1, hit the bolt, and it would make me a visual just on step 1. And then repeat for step 2, step 3, step 4. And now it's becoming more and more niched down instead of the broad stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And again, there is paid tiers in this. I use the free one.
Yeah, okay. This is great.
Is that helpful? I'm on the free one right now, yep. Yep. Just by clicking the blue bolt. Yeah. It's powerful stuff. And again, you can still customize all of this. And Kate, to your point too, here you can make it 16 by 9, 4 by 5, 1 by 1. Expand it, contrast it, whatever you want it to be. Perfect. Well, I'm glad you guys asked questions because the last 2 days.
How did you find that part was that the button up at the top left? Where you found this right here, your journey to homeownership, where did you find that exactly inside that?
What's the question?
See where it says your journey to homeownership?
So this is my Canva presentation. I just downloaded it from over there. If you're in Napkin,
You pulled it from somewhere else.
nope. So if I were to come in here and highlight all 9 steps,
But in the beginning, I think you said you had uploaded that from ChatGPT, from somewhere else, right?
oh, the content. Yes. So I just went on ChatGPT and had it write me the first time home buyer's plan. 9 steps to homeownership, whatever that was. Yes, ChatGPT wrote that for me, and I copy and pasted it in.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't understand. But you could, if you don't want to use ChatGPT, you could actually tell this in Napkin, I want you to create me a simple 10-step process for home sellers to get their house ready for the market. And again, I'm not prompting it as well as I could, but boom, right there. 10 steps to prepare your home for sale. Yep. I personally like ChatGPT better because it knows me better. But you could, that just wrote that in a second. And then highlight that, hit the button. And then say I choose this, I don't know, we'll pick one. Say I choose this style, and then I could come down here to step 2 and highlight step 2 and click that. And within a matter of minutes, I could have a 10-step process for my sellers that I didn't write with visuals for every step, download it and send it off to my sellers, and it's done.
So you don't necessarily have to start with ChatGPT first.
You don't have to. It has a draft within itself.
But is that's the paid version though?
No. Nope. I'm on the free version. Not yet. Not yet.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Look, y'all, we can put masterminds on the calendar where we say, Napkin AI Mastermind, whoever's interested in this, gather
Yeah.
at 8 o'clock on Thursday.
Yeah.
And we're gonna let her move on, because we can
For sure.
come
Yeah,
together and share that knowledge and work together on it.
absolutely. All right, so next up,
Limited amount of time to do this.
all right, next up is Blitzit. Blitzit is a, if you're ADHD, a working mom, have a team, get distracted all the time, whatever it is, Blitzit is great. You're an agent? Yeah, that's close enough. So what Blitzit does is when you build out your to-do list, you build it on Blitzit, and then you click Blitz Now, and what it does is it turns your entire screen black except what you're supposed to be working on. So the days where I used to have that kitchen timer that I was like, this is supposed to take me 20 minutes, and I would work on it, and then my phone would still go off, and this and that. This will actually black out your screen except for what you're supposed to be working on for that amount of time. So if you're interested in something like that, definitely check out Blitzit. Again, I think I paid like $100 for the year. It's really not that expensive in terms of what it does to save me time. Other than that, it doesn't do anything, so I won't walk you through the whole, but you see, just take the to-do list, pull over what you want to work on, and you get to dictate how long it's going to take. Hit Blitz Now, and then everything else goes black except for what you're supposed to be working on. So like I said, ADHD, working mom, run a team, those are for you. Monica, I'm going to skip. Well, I won't. Monica is a lot like Notebook LM, but she's like Notebook LM and a couple other things combined together, if you know Monica. Again, she can do the podcast, she can do the translations. The reason I like Monica is because she's also a Chrome extension, so she can live in your web browser on your computer. So she's there when you write emails, she's there. I could pull up the Wall Street Journal, and I could just click her. She's right here. I could just click her, and she would pop up, and I would say, analyze this article for me. So the power in that is the Chrome extension, in my opinion.
You have all the great keywords analyzed.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And then someone else asked for the big view. Big view. Let me log in and show you what this does. Big view is for content creation. This is a little bit more powerful than other things you're going to use because it has a teleprompter in it. It has the eyeball fix. So if you're looking at the teleprompter and it'll fix your eyeballs for you. It's a lot of powerful, you can replace the background, add subtitles, add music, cut to shorts.
So it's video.
It's content, yeah,
Content.
yep. I typically only use it when I do scripted work because of the teleprompter.
CapCut has one built into in the mobile app. I use that all.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like a lot of these things I had because at one point what I was using didn't have, and now what I'm using is adding, and it's just all, yeah, it's difficult, but.
We've used that for the teleprompter.
Yeah, this was one of the first ones, if not the first one, to come out with the teleprompter right on your phone. Yeah. But they've made a ton of upgrades and things too. And you can see here also, social channels can be connected, team members can be added, AI avatars. I mean, you could do. So just, and again, I don't want you guys to be like, oh my God, I gotta sign up for everything. Like pick and choose what you're gonna use, what you're gonna do. And even then, like if you're between content, look and see what CapCut does versus Opus versus Big View and pick the one that you want to work with. Okay? All right. Who's ready to get tactical now? Perfect. All right, let me go back to, where are we at? Here we go. All right. How are we on time? 1:16? Perfect, perfect. All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to build you a lead magnet specific to your ideal client that then we can build the many chat bots to distribute on autopilot for you. Okay? So first, we're going to use ChatGPT to create the lead magnet. Who here feels like they know who their ideal client is, or they have an idea that they're speaking to them in their content? Do we need to start at how do we get that? Okay, that's totally fine. So we're going to do that. Then we'll set up the ManyChat bots, which will start to collect us leads. And then that is how we rinse and repeat over and over and over and over and over. And now we're getting 41 leads here, 20 leads there, and we're not having to hustle as hard, okay? So first what we're going to do is go to wherever it is that you speak to your ideal client. Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever that is. Mine's Instagram, so I'm going to go to my Instagram right here. If you're not sure how your messaging is coming across, or you're not sure who your ideal client is, we're going to start here because what we're going to do is take the URL, go over to ChatGPT. I'm going to do this in a temporary chat only because I don't want it to remember, like, my baby is my baby, and I don't like to do demos in it. Okay. So I'm going to say act as, or you are, I'll do you are, a social media expert. Analyze this Instagram profile and tell me who the ideal client is. And then just paste in the URL. Yep, I'll leave it.
If it's not a social media channel, would you use different language?
Yeah.
Other than social media
Yep.
expert? Or would you
What is it, blog?
it's YouTube?
Okay, I would say act as a YouTube expert.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. You are a social media expert or YouTube expert, Instagram expert, whatever you want to be. Analyze this Instagram profile to tell me who the ideal client is. So right now, all we're doing is having the AI tell us who it thinks we're talking to. And then all we have to do is paste in where it's going to find that information, which for me is my Instagram URL. Oh, yeah, chatgpt.com is where.
And then it has click on your Instagram.
Do you use ChatGPT yet?
Once in a blue moon.
Sure, yeah. Let me help you. Yeah.
So I only ever look at Instagram on my phone.
Yeah.
On my laptop, and I know my username, but I don't know the password because it's saved automatically.
Okay, you should be able to go to, there should be like a share. Somewhere within your settings, there should be like share account. You could just send it to your,
Sharing across profile.
no, because that's how you post between Facebook and Instagram. All right, let me help you here. Wherever if you're already using it, just sign in. You're not using it? Okay, yeah, then you'll have to sign up.
And then, and I want Instagram on the phone, but not. So should I just start from here?
So your Instagram profile, if you can't find what it is, it should just be Instagram.com/ and then whatever your username is, and then / again.
I'm on my Instagram. I have an account there, so. And I forgot about ChatGPT.
What were we on?
You're on ChatGPT and we're typing in your social media expert.
Did I find it? Perfect. If you're starting to see results, who feels like it knows and it's getting it spot on? Yeah? That means that your content you're creating is speaking to your ideal client, which is fantastic. Who feels like it's off? Did it not find it?
It found it.
Okay. So if it's not showing you, well, if it's showing you who your ideal client is, but there's a disconnect between who you think your ideal client is and who you're actually speaking to on the internet, start to ask it, this is who I want to connect with. This is the ideal client. This is like, what changes do I need to make? And it'll start to walk you through, if you think you're talking to first-time home buyers, but it just says you're talking to buyers, how you can niche down, what you need to change, how to optimize your profile and things like that to understand how you can better your searchability and your messaging on that platform. Let me know when you get it, okay? Yeah? Yeah?
So, I wanted my ideal client.
Perfect.
So it sent me all of this.
Perfect. So it's going to start to get, if what you're getting, you say, I want my ideal client to be blank, it's going to start to tell you, okay, you need to optimize this, here's what your messaging should be. So it's going to start to give you pointers. So see here how it says, update your banner or pinned post to say something like helping Woodstock seniors downsize with dignity, ease, and care.
Okay.
That's how it's going to start to show you what you can do better. And if we're having, I'll say this off. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
One was just not used for a long time. This is Facebook because it's not working well. It's pulling weird stuff from Instagram, so I went to Facebook and then it says that.
Okay, you must have a privacy or something on there. So just go to Facebook and just copy and paste the page. Like just start up top, right click, and just pull down. The whole thing. Scroll all the way down. It'll be able to get an idea based off of that information. Yeah. Yeah. Keep going. Yeah, just scroll all the way down. Yep, and then just right click again, hit copy, and then paste it over into ChatGPT. That should be plenty for it to get an understanding. Yep, copy, and then go over to chat, hit paste.
So what's on the agenda today? And it said, help me write.
Well, what you're going to want to do is put in, act as a social, here it is. You're a social media expert. This is what you're going to put into the prompt. So it says, what can I help you with today? You type in, you are a social media expert. Analyze this Instagram profile and tell me who this ideal client is.
How do they see my Instagram profile?
You got to go to your Instagram, and it's hard on a phone because you got to, so go over to Instagram. There you go. Okay, so we're going to click the profile and then hit share profile and then hit copy link. Now go back to ChatGPT. You got to go back to ChatGPT.
Copy link.
Yeah, it's copied. There you go. And then just paste it in there. Oh, you hit tools. Where it says help me write. Yep. Paste. Delete that. Okay, what you're going to want to type in is, you are a social media expert. Analyze this Instagram profile.
Do I have to capitalize it?
Nope. And tell me who the ideal client is. And then before you click submit, paste in that link that you just copied. Yep. Over here. Share profile, copy link copied. Go over here. Paste. There you go. Hit done, and then just hit that black arrow. Of course. All right, so if you do feel like it's getting exactly what your ideal client is, fantastic. And if you don't, work with it and tell it, this is who I want, this is what I'm trying to do, and it will correct all that for you, okay? Once we're done with that, what we're gonna do is tell it, create me a lead magnet that will attract my ideal client I'll put it here, talk about their pain points and how I can be their solution. Again, with everything we've talked about with prompting, you can get much deeper with it. Oh, you have your account set to private. Okay, we'll have to work through that.
If Instagram, I've got it set to private, well, how do I set it? What do I need to set it to?
In your settings on Instagram, you have to take off the privacy restriction. Yep, make it a public profile. All right, so create me a lead magnet that will attract my ideal client, talk about their pain points, and how I can be their solution.
Can I add one thing?
Yeah.
So when you said, and this is just for anybody that's specializing in, like if you have seniors. So one of the things that I did first was I needed to find out who my ideal client was and where they were. So I already knew who they were, but where are they? So my ideal client, since I service seniors, is on Facebook. So you may not always want to work on Instagram. So with that prompt that Lauren used, change it to your Facebook if that's yours. So my ideal client is 45 to 75. And I already knew that. And so that, but if you don't, that'll help you also. And it'll also, you can ask, where is my ideal client? What are they on? And it'll take you there as well.
Yep, absolutely. You could get as deep with this as you want. Even if you wanted to say, you know, where are they physically? And then you could print the lead magnet, drop it off to the farmer's market, the nursing home, you know, whatever that looks like. You could take this as deep as you want. I just wanted to do a quick implement so we can get some leads going, right? So now that we have our ideal client, what we can do, and again, these prompts that I'm doing are just real quick for you guys, but you could take 15 minutes and do this at a deeper level once you have a little bit of breathing room to understand what it is you want to create and not 30 seconds for me to be like, rah, next up, here we go. So create a lead magnet that will attract my ideal client, talk about their pain points and how I can be their solution. Hit enter, and what it's gonna do is start to create me something of value that those people will find valuable. It's looking for, now that it knows who your people are, what are their pain points and how you can be the solution. So now, here we go. For me, it's saying the 9-step roadmap for finding and closing the right property in Columbus without wasting time, money, or energy. I deal with a lot of millennials. I deal with people who feel stuck and frustrated and that they're wasting time and we eat too much avocado toast, so we don't have money. Never understood that. So that is likely a headline that would attract my ideal client. Yours is probably going to be much different based upon who you talk to. But what this is doing is creating something that's going to attract them, hook them, bait them in to say, ooh, that's something I would want. So now instead of throwing spaghetti against a wall with our content, we're messaging to our direct people. Yep. So for me, my client, first-time homebuyer in Columbus, overwhelmed by the process, worried about paying or missing out, confused by financing, inspections, things like that. So once I find what it is their pain points are and how I could be the solution, now it's going to start to break down ideas for me. A checklist for first showings, a breakdown for offer tactics, common inspection red flags, financing options, explained in plain English, a one-click link to book a 15-minute call. So they're now starting to ideate. What could we create based upon their pain points? So then you get to choose. Do you want an ebook? Do you want a checklist? Do you want that something that you can put in a napkin and make that visual process, right? And it's speaking and messaging directly to your ideal client. So instead of me saying, hey, I'm putting on a masterclass, now I know what are people's pain points. Hey, I spent $50,000 in 18 months doing this so you don't have to. See how instead of me just saying free masterclass versus me speaking to the people who are scared to use AI and then offering the free masterclass, it completely tilts the game.
So when your suggestions say, like up there, click on this free guide or
Yeah.
download this, will they create that for you?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
AI does all of it.
Yeah.
It'll actually comment back to all of it.
Create the, oh my God.
Yeah.
Download the free guide now.
Everyone's just going to give them different ideas because everyone's chat is trained differently. So if you have in the past created PDFs, it's going to probably say PDF. If you use Notion and it knows that, it's going to say, do you want a Notion template? So whatever it is for you, pick the one thing. So for me, I would say my clients right now would best be served if I gave them a breakdown of offer tactics and how they could win in this market, right? So all I'd have to do in here is say, great, let's focus on offer tactics and build the PDF guide. You could choose whatever portion of yours that you want. So now that it knows I'm okay with what it already came up with, this is the one thing out of all of those things that I think is going to be the most impactful, and this is the format that I want it in. It's going to start to actually build it. So see how it changed the title just a little bit because I said to look at tactics. So 7 proven offer tactics that work in any market. And then it'll start to build out what the outline is of your thing. So mine is section 1 is a quick checklist. Are you in a buyer or seller's market? Step 2, this. Step 3, that. Now, I could tell it to build all of these steps, or if I found one step that I thought would be more impactful, I could niche down even more. What it's doing, though, is it's coming up and giving you all. You know what I could also do? If I really wanted to get crazy with it, I could take these 6 steps, have it create each one individually, and repurpose. Now I have 6 videos going out. Or if I scrolled up to the other 7 ideas that it had, now I've got, what is that math? I hate public math. Yeah, 42 pieces of content going out, right? This is where we start to scale and take that market share and build faster. Yeah. The last prompt, I just chose one idea that it had and told it to actually make me the guide, make me the lead magnet. It could be a PDF format. You could tell it to do a Notion template, spreadsheet, whatever you want it to do.
I also just asked it, like, based on my ideal client, what is the best version or best thing to make? And it just told me the top 3 for my ideal client.
Perfect. I love that. I love it. And like I said, too, I mean, this, as long as you have the $20 paid version, this chat history is being stored. So you could go back, even when you're done, like, don't rabbit hole. Focus on the one thing and get it done. But once you're done with that, go back and be like, great, let's do 10 more. Repurpose, repurpose, repurpose. Yep. ChatGPT. It doesn't have customization, doesn't have custom GPTs, I don't think. Doesn't have the ability to collaborate on projects. It's just much deeper at,
Doesn't keep a library of your prompts.
yeah, it's much deeper at understanding and reasoning and memorizing who you are and what you do. Like if I were to go into my ChatGPT right now and just say, tell me about me, it would tell you better than I could. Yeah, you could max out, that's a good point.
Yeah, mine won't let me upload any more images now. Like if you only have so many images.
Yeah. Well, and they bait you that way. On the $20 version, they're baiting us with 4.5, which is super powerful. And then they're probably going to take it away and make it the $200 version. Yeah. But again, only focus on what you need in your business. I'm going to teach you all of the things. Well, I'm teaching you about 5% of the things today. But anyways, take what resonates with your business, right? So now that I have this guide, let's say that I was just wanting this. Like, that's it. We're good. We're done. This is how simple this could be. I could literally copy and paste this, go over to Google Drive. Just go to my Google Drive real quick. Create a new document. Doesn't have to be fancy. And just boop, paste. Now, if you wanted to do Canva, if you wanted to make it fancy, sure, go for it. I'm just showing you how simple this could be, that literally within 30 to 45 minutes, you could have this up and running. Yeah. Copy and paste it in a napkin if you want a visual. Yeah. What we need for our next step to actually create the bots is something to link. So you could and just have the share link of the napkin, the share link of that Notebook LM, the share link of your Google Calendar or Calendly or webinar registration. It could be anything. All we need is a link to input into the bot and say, this is the thing that you need to send out. Yep. Google document, Canva document. I'm just showing you with a Google document that literally copy, paste, boom, 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 you're done. Because here's the thing, is I used to, and I still do sometimes, like obviously I created this workbook for you guys, but I used to sit there and like space out and color match and like that's part of that productivity. Like I looked productive, but I wasn't doing anything. Nowadays, I'm like, a Google document gives you the same information as that fancy schmancy Canva thing that took me 4 hours, right? So once we have our thing, we're going to go over to ManyChat.com. And if you haven't already signed in, you can sign in using Meta to your Facebook or your Instagram, whatever it is. ManyChat, M-A-N-Y, chat. And this is interesting, I just noticed this. As I log in, and I've been on this probably about a year now, I have my Facebook and my Instagram connected. 899 contacts have come through these bots. And I do not have them on, like I do specifically for Masterclass, specifically, you know what I mean? Like I'm not out there just running them 24/7. So 899 times those bots have run.
Just through the bot creations. It's doing your work for you.
Yeah. Well. All right, are we good there? Everyone logged in ManyChat? Anyone need help? All right. So if you're on the free version, it's going to look a little bit different. But I will, yeah. So what you're giving it permission to is either look at the business page that you have now or have the opportunity to connect in the future. I would just do the one you have now, unless you plan.
Can you put Facebook on here?
Yeah, it links to Facebook and Instagram both.
I can't, how do I get Facebook added? I think I put Instagram when I set it up.
go to settings.
That's a setting.
Oh, that's weird. Maybe Facebook's only on the pro version now. Oh, okay. Hit Instagram, and then Meta has the opportunity to log in. Yeah. That might have something to do with your cookies. I would almost try Safari or clear your cache. Yeah, it might. I would activate the pro trial for what we're going to do just to see the difference. And then I think it's a 7-day trial, so just 14? Okay. There you go. Oh. So strange. Clocks. Oh, this is a trick question and we're not getting it right. Let's see if we can just do. Maybe it's just a bad. Oh, I just did that.
You having trouble too, Nate? Maybe so. Could be.
Possibility.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everybody's
It looks like you have an update too. Maybe that's the problem with it circling you being a human.
Like when I set this up a minute ago, I did my personal, so how do I change that?
You should be able to go in and connect. Go, just log out of that one. Go here.
I'm on the trial, I signed up, but
Oh, if you signed up on the trial, I would just stay on it then and change it later, like log out, because you're going to want to cancel the trial and do it on your business anyway. You don't want the trial on your personal if you're not going to use it on your personal.
no, okay, all right.
But what, like scroll down a little bit. Keep going. Just remove that account. But I would cancel the free trial before you get too far into it. You can do the free plan. What the differences between the free plan and the $15 plan are this. The free plan, you have less access to what you can do, meaning you only could say, I'm about to post something or I did just post something and set a bot to that. Whereas if you have the pro trial, say I'm working with downsizers, I could say, hey, chatbot, on any single post I post from now until forever, when you see the word downsizer, and the bot will work on all of those posts. So it's up to you. The free version, you would have to recreate the bot for every single post that you do this on. The pro version, you could have all of the posts ready to go, so the bot's ready. All you're doing is creating the content, clicking it on, and it's all set. All right.
It just connected. I give up.
Don't give up. I know these workshops feel rushed, but I just want to show you like step by step. And then again, there's a recording, I think. You guys could workshop together. Okay, perfect. So are you on Instagram?
Facebook.
Okay, so you could do, yeah, you could connect all of your different platforms. WhatsApp looks like it's on there now too. And then just sign in with Meta, and it should be able to connect you to all the things. Yeah.
So I don't even know how to use Canva, right? Is there an AI, any of them that can do it for me? I know that so ChatGPT is supposed to, and I have the Canva thing, but it doesn't do it.
Canva has its own AI now that they rolled out like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, if you actually go in, it used to be called Dreams Lab.
Okay.
Now it's called Canva AI.
Okay.
And it will actually, is it perfect? No. Is it suitable? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can actually go in, it's on the left-hand side, and at the top, there's like 3 or 4 options. It's on the right. It actually has like a shiny purple blue thing. Canva's brand color to show you like, hey, this is new.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Quick question, I've been working the same thing.
Yeah.
So much of my day, Canva. I'm like, there's gotta be.
they had, I think it was 2 weeks ago, they had like their annual summit and they rolled it out there. All right, so for those who are ready to move on, great. If you're not, I'll come back circle while these people are moving on to the next step. What we're gonna do now is the first one where it says start here is where we're gonna start to build. So if you look on the left-hand side, it's gonna walk you through step by step what your options are, while on the right-hand side showing you what it's gonna look like to the consumer when they're actually on your page, okay? So what this is gonna do is if you're on the free version, your option is gonna be this, like I said, specific post. One bot, one post. If you're on the free version, you get to choose. Do you want it to be on a specific post? If we're doing an event or a webinar or an open house, probably. But if we're targeting downsizers, first-time buyers, millennials, Atlanta, Georgia relocation, whatever it is, I would set mine up that every post or reel is specific and this bot is going to work for it. So if you're a one-pillar agent, and I'm not saying anyone is, I'm just using it as an example, that downsizing is the only client you work with, you could have downsize, have every single content you post moving forward, have a call to action that says comment the word downsize, or if you're talking head, comment the word downsize, or put it in your caption, whatever it is you want, and this bot will just run for you 24/7. If you work with buyers and sellers, you could have one for buyers, one for sellers. Third for investors. Fourth for an event that you have. Fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth for the 3 open houses you've got coming up. You could do this over and over and just have a very specific word for each specific topic. You set the bots up one time, you never have to do it again.
And you just make sure to put that in every single thing.
Correct. Correct. So if I'm doing buyers and sellers, I create a piece of content that I want to attract sellers to, I would say comment the word seller. This one, for buyers, I would say comment the word buyer, comment the word investor, comment the word East Main Street, whatever it is. Just make the word specific, but also broad enough that it could work for multiple pieces of content, if that makes sense.
Question, sorry, I was adding my account, and you did, which one of these, it says, do you do a ready to go template?
Yep. Oh, you're on the free one? You didn't do the trial? Okay, that's okay.
Is it not on there then?
That's okay. This specific one is not,
Okay.
but you can use this lead magnet one. It's be pretty close.
Multiple things, because you can separate it with comments.
Yes, you can use multiple things and separate it with commas if you want multiple words. I would keep it simple and just have one word per pillar.
Per pillar, okay.
What we don't want to do, and I'm honestly not even sure why this is an option, is that when any word is commented, the bot will fire. So even if someone says happy birthday, it'll say, here's my seller guide. You don't want that. So I will not ever put,
That was my question though. What if it's seller is used in a sentence that they just randomly commented on a?
yep, it would fire. Yep, it's watching for the word. So if you're worried that someone might say, I'm a seller looking to sell in a totally different complex, then maybe do get more specific to downsizer, empty nest, code word, Chad, something like that. You know,
I think a lot of people were trying, like, I've never been, I was trying to log in, and I think, now I don't really know where you are.
yeah. Well, that's what I have half the room waiting and the other half logging in, so I'm trying to keep everybody happy.
I mean, I started with that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I want to click here or not.
So you're on the exact place you're supposed to be. So what we're talking about here is you can choose a specific post, which is specifically for if you have an open house coming up and you're creating a piece of content for that, or a webinar event, things like that. Any post or reel would mean that any time, no matter what it is that you're posting, someone were to comment this specific word, this bot would fire off.
So I should just do it.
So who's your ideal client?
I'm looking for buyers.
Buyers for downtown Woodstock. So most of the content that you produce is talking to buyers in downtown Woodstock. Then I would do any post or reel and then hit next. And then choose what you want your specific word to be. Is it buyer Is it buyer's Woodstock? Whatever it is that you want it to be, this is going to be that comment the word and the word that they're going to say. To Chad's point, we don't want something so vague that if someone's commenting on a post that isn't specifically looking for you to be their buyer's agent in Woodstock, that it would fire off, and then they'd be like, well, what the hell is this, right? So it could be even zip code. It could be numbers. So if you wanted to use the Woodstock zip code. So think of it, whatever is relevant enough, but not too vague. That's what you want. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so you guys did, okay. So you're yep, that's okay. So what you're going to do then is go to New Automation, and the closest one on the free version is this, capture the customer data. Yeah.
I want to target realtors. Most of them are on my personal page, and this seems to want my business page, which is like.
So that's Meta. Meta restrictions is you can only advertise and automate on business pages.
So I would need to create, okay. So this might not be the best avenue.
What you could do is you could have it post on your business page and then just share that from your
Yeah.
personal page.
Thank you.
Yep. What it would be then is just click this, because the word would have to come through the business page for the bot to fire, but you could share it and just, what I would do is just share it and just put, check out this reel, so they click the reel and then comment there. All right, anyone else? Yep. Hold on one second. What?
In this comment section,
Yep.
should you just put one word?
Yes, I would make it as simple as possible, because the consumer, any sense of like forced tension, they're not going to do it.
Mine only gives me this. Is this right? Because it's the free version, or is that, okay.
Mhm.
So I can't choose like a specific thing. It's just saying if it says,
Yeah,
if
you-
they say buyer, or like the buyer guide is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, you
or
can
seller
change the
guide,
keyword,
or-
just highlight it. Yep.
But like that's it. So
Hit add keyword if you wanted to add more. Or just delete buyer if you don't want the buyer in there. It's just a little bit different because it's the free version. It's still walking you through the same steps.
okay.
But like you get to choose what you want the words to be. You just have to delete buyer if you
Okay.
don't want it to be buyer.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah. We good? All right. So next step, after we're specific about the word that we wanted to actually fire off with, then we're going to, if you're on the free trial, then we're going to actually customize what you want the opening DM message to be. So it could be your brand voice. You could go to ChatGPT and say, write me an opening DM if you want to. Whatever this is going to be the first impression that this person gets of you. The default just says, hey there, I'm so happy you're here. Thanks so much for your interest. Click the link below, and I'll send you just a sec. Why do we send an opening message first before we send the link? Because, who knows? There you go. You're both right. If you're not already friends with somebody, you're going to come up in either their general or their requests, and you could just be in purgatory. Sending the initial message first with another message right after allows the algorithm to push you to primary. Because once they click it, it basically puts you in the friend zone. So they're going to get this message, and they're going to have, it just says, send me the link. This is them basically opting in and saying, yes, I know Carla, and I want her to be in my primary inbox, and whatever she sends me is totally fine with me.
Okay, yeah, that I asked for.
Yep. Because if you just randomly send them a URL link, yeah. All right, so the second message where it says a DM with the link, and you can see all this being built out on the side up here. You could, actually, let me turn this off. You could say, here you go, or so glad you want this, make it whatever you want, or ask ChatGPT to write it for you. This is where you're actually going to put the link though. So once you have it saying what you want to say, the little blue, looks like a little infinity sign. Drop the link to your Google Doc, your Canva, your video, whatever it is that you want in here, and then add a button. If it's a YouTube video, it could be your YouTube video that kind of talks about who you are. If it's a blog, send them straight to a blog post. If it's just your calendar link, that's totally fine too. Just put your calendar link in there. Your Eventbrite, your webinar registration, whatever it is. What was that?
Yeah, evidently I broke the internet. Did you hear that? Security alert.
It said security alert. That was not me.
I love it. Yeah.
So you've done like a specific post, for
Yeah.
example, and then you've typed in the keyword seller. They have to say seller or something like. How does? I'm sorry. What was the trigger again for that?
The trigger for this is whatever you are choosing to make that keyword. The second they either comment or like respond to your story with that word, the bot is going to say, "Oh, I'm up. It's my turn," and it's going to start to deliver.
So if we had something like a post that said something about, for example, getting a free home evaluation or something like that, in order for it to trigger, they would have to say, "Hey, can you send me that link or whatever?" Like,
nope, they would just have to comment that word. So if you made it home as the word, every time someone said home on any of your posts or in any of your stories, the bot would trigger.
So you'd say, comment home to get your free home evaluation.
Yep.
oh, so you tell them to
Yeah,
comment. Okay.
it's in your call to action. So whether, is there a marker? Yeah. All right.
Social media though.
So
This one? That's what this looks like, but it doesn't look like what yours looks like.
all right, so if anyone has a little bit of confusion, this is basically what's happening. So what we're doing is we're setting up a bot who every time we post from now on, we're going to, if we want this bot to fire off that post, we're going to say on the post somewhere, comment the word blank. That could be written, just like mine was, with words over a B-roll. That could be speaking. If you're like doing a home tour and you're like, comment the word guide and I'll send you my guide. Or it could be just living in the caption. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. As long as they have the call to action to post or comment that word somewhere on that post, the bot will trigger. Now, I will say you're going to get the best outcome if you have it all three places. Because if this is just hiding in the caption and someone's scrolling through, not even reading your caption, you're not going to get people that are actually seeing it. If you're speaking and you put this at the end of a 30-second video, but they left at 7 seconds, they're not going to see it. Writing it on there is with a good hook like mine was of I spent this amount of money in this amount of months, comment the word, with a 7-second video that is not, they don't have to use any brain power to like listen to. That's how I have seen the best execution. So once that happens, then they comment the word, then this bot comes in. And what the bot's doing is commenting back to them, check your DMs or whatever it is you want it to say, while also DMing them the thing. Okay? Does that break it down?
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah.
So I couldn't figure the other one out, so I paid for the free trial, but now it still looks the same. So did I do the wrong version?
No, the pro version?
I said Acrobat Pro, but when I look at it, I don't even know what this is.
I wonder if it's because you're on a tablet. Is this a tablet?
No.
Let's see.
That would be it, right? That's what I did.
So that, what What is this trial activated? Let me see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hold on one second.
Because nothing looked the same, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I
well, we just
wonder-
activate the trial, and then now it's still not.
Oh yeah, whatever it activated, it wasn't the pro.
That's what I just did, though.
Really?
Yeah, $15. Put in my credit card. So did I do something different?
I don't know what other trial it would have been.
the other one.
Yeah, because the other one's the elite, the custom, and that's not anything. Maybe refresh it, or log out and log back in.
That,
Who else had their hand up? Yep.
I got all the way back out of mine to try and figure out where he's at. But his page of this looks different than my page.
Because you activated the trial.
No, we're both on the free. That's why I don't understand why his looks different when we go to. See? I went to automation and hit new, but when he goes to automation and hits new,
Just type in. It's weird.
I went all the way out.
Are you on IG? I think he's only on Facebook. Does that make a difference?
I'm on both.
Did you log in through Meta?
No.
Like, because do you have an Instagram connected to your Facebook or no?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, so it should be the same. Let's see.
It does Facebook on there free.
Interesting. They're both on the free, and they're trying to figure out why his looks different than hers. Most people, it's because they updated the pro trial, but she said she didn't do it. See if you can help him. If not, I'll come back.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So if I'm posting in 2 languages, I can just create that message attached to that word in like Spanish, and then it should like.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you're creating, the only caveat to that is if you're creating 2 separate documents. If one's in this language, okay. Yep, cool. All right. Wesley's gonna try to help them. Everyone's good for the next step real quick? Yep.
We're new to restarting our social media.
Yeah.
Because we had a restaurant under this, and then we switched it, so we still have all the people.
Okay.
And they know, because we posted, this is where I'm at, but I'm afraid, so I have a feeling you're gonna go somewhere where I'm just not looking for.
That's okay, just take notes then. That way, when you are ready, I would keep it up so you could keep the visual and start to learn, but I'm not holding you back against the wall to do anything.
I don't have a link to add.
That's okay. You don't have to yet, but whenever you do, what we can do is just add in, a webinar, Eventbrite, things like that. For right now, if you want to just add in like what we just built as a lead magnet, you could do that. Or just take notes from here on out and then know when you do build it, you're ready to go. Someone else have a question back here? We're good? All right, so for those of you who are ready to move on, again, the next step would just be, if you followed what I did, go to your Google Documents, snag this URL, and that is the link that we're actually going to paste in, and hit save. Now, again, for those who are more advanced, if you wanted it to do other things, ManyChat in and of itself could have conditional logic and all these different things where it loops back. This is a simple 3-step process. If you're more advanced, I really recommend, this is powerful. Definitely look into what it could do for you. But for this purpose, we're going to do this simple 3-step process, okay? Once the link is added in, we have 4 questions to answer. 1, reply under the post so people feel seen and special. Look, I love that people feel seen and special, but I want to reply under the post to drive engagement. So I'm going to toggle that first one on. And this is where then you get to choose one of 3 comments that we'll randomize through. As people comment, one of these 3 things will be sent by your bot from your profile responding to them, okay? So what this defaults is please see DM, sent you a message, nice, check it out, whatever it is. This is all customizable, so put it in your brand voice, talk like you talk, that way they don't know it's a bot. If you want to take it another level, I would end each one of these with a question, because now they're going to comment back, but here's the kicker, is in this simple 3-step process, you're now going to have to jump in and finish that conversation and respond to them.
And if you don't do it right away,
They're never going to know.
okay.
They're never going to know. Don't let that be a limiting belief.
Okay.
What could be, what I typically hear is I don't want to be stuck in my Instagram. Like I don't want to be sitting there commenting, right? But here's what I do, is when I do it like that, and I'm not at my phone for hours, and I do jump on at night, now I've got 15 people who have commented, I'm just commenting back all right at the same time, driving engagement, and guess what? Now the algorithm sees my engagement's up, I make another post right away, now I've just engaged with my last post, Instagram sees, oh, she's awake, she's posting, and then my next post soars even more because I'm already there engaging with the people who already commented on the last one. So you're basically leaving yourself a trail. So as long as the consumer is getting the information they're looking for right away, they don't care how long it takes you to actually comment back in response to that question. The speed is we got to get that thing to them before they lose, like, see what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, so first one, reply under comment. And again, this is going to be public. So other people are going to see. This is in the comment section. So don't make it too sassy. But I would end it with a question to get more engagement up. Number 2, follow up to re-engage and build trust. So this is where, after it sends them the link, you could then wait 60 seconds or whatever it is, and then follow up and say, let me know that you got it okay. Or did you have any trouble opening it? Or what were your thoughts? Would love to hear what you think. What's your feedback? Would you like to book a consultation? Again, this is an automated message. So for me, if I don't want to necessarily open a conversation in my DMs and be stuck in my DMs, I would make this, would you like to book a consultation? Question mark. Or if you want to get a little bit more advanced, send a second one with a link that actually sends your calendar. It's up to you how you want to do it, okay? The third one is, do you want to ask them to be a follower for them to actually get the information? So what this does is it'll send a message and see how this popped above actually sending it. It says, nearly there, the link is especially for my followers. Right after you follow me, I'll send you the link so you can dive straight in. If you want to grow your following, you could do it automatically this way. What I will say is ManyChat is still set up in a way that if they wanted to follow you, you would think hitting this following button would automatically add them to your list. No, they actually have to go back to your profile, hit follow, and then come back and let you know that they're following you. Then it will send the link.
Will it prompt them to do that?
You could definitely put that in the verbiage. Go back to my profile and follow me, and then come back and click this when you're done. Absolutely. But again, it's how sticky do you want it to be? Is that going to be a point of resistance that your client is going to go back and just never show up again? It's up to you how you want to run it with your business. The fourth one is the same thing. Do you want it to ask for your email? Would I love to get everybody's emails? Absolutely. Do I ask for it with my bots? Absolutely not. Because if I'm saying, hey, here's a free thing, and they're like, yeah, I want the free thing, and I'm like, well, first you got to follow me. Go back and do that. Oh, now you got to give me your email. Go back and do that. Yeah. They're never even going to get to the free thing. Yeah. So I make mine short and sweet. Boom, boom, and now wherever I send them, for me as a masterclass, that's where I ask for name, phone number, and email. To register for the class, that is where, but for like if you're just making a lead magnet like we just did, at the very end, you could end with your signature that says, here's the 7 steps, blah, 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 here's who I am, and then real big, highlighted, you could put book a call with me and put a link there, an opt-in page, whatever it is that you want. But what we're doing here is we're at least giving them quickly the information that's going to help them get from pain point to desire. Is that helpful? Good. So now, well, and that's the thing, is it's one of those things where you have to think of, just like the messaging. I'm analyzing, am I even talking to the right people that I want to talk to? Because we're so used to, oh, this is great information, I'm going to send it out. We never stop and think, is this what they need or want to hear? Is this said in the way that they are going to actually resonate with it? And when you start to implement AI in a lot of these things, you could actually say, hey, AI, okay, now talk to the analytical one, but also talk to the visionary. Talk to the decision maker, but also convince or talk, ways that you can start to talk on many different angles.
This isn't what you need, please let me know.
Yeah, to many different characters. And it's not even that you have to say necessarily, if this isn't what you need, please let me know. But you use the same piece of content and just change the messaging just a little bit, the hook, but you keep the word the same. So the bot's already built. The bot's watching for that one word. And as long as no matter how you format the content, your call to action is comment this word, the bots are working for you 24/7 on every single post moving forward.
And if it's a derivative of that word, like selling
Yeah.
instead of seller.
So what I would do is if it's selling, you could do selling, comma, seller, comma, sell. So it looks for somebody who fat fingers it or gets the wrong rendition. Yeah. But it would overcompassing be the same intent, yes. Yeah. Does somebody have their hand up? Okay. All right, so now once we're done with this, again, I do not ask for follows or emails. It's totally up to you if you want to. Once you're done with that, all you'd have to do is hit go live. Oh, yep, yeah.
I think I've done one of these with someone, and it was where you had to type in your email address for the link, whatever it was,
Yep.
to go to your email.
Yep.
Not just a link in your email. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, when they ask for the email, they have another bot set up that it would then actually physically email you the thing instead of drop it as a link in your DM. Personally, for me, again, path of least resistance is have them, boom, boom, here's the thing that they want. It's up to you how you want to do it. And again, ManyChat, this is just one simple 3-step process of 1,000 things it does. I just wanted you guys to have something to implement to get up and running and get some momentum today. All right, so once you hit go live, anyone brave enough to do it right now? That's okay. So if you want to, and this is not a ploy, I mean, you're more than welcome to. If you want to go to my page and just see how it works, scroll down a little bit and go to this one that says the AI Real Estate Revolution back from March. And my word was masterclass. So I have the same automation running up. Obviously, the registration is closed, but it'll still walk you through it. And just kind of see how that mousetrap, if you will, works on funneling people through. And then from here, what this does is, again, you could get more complicated. And as people come in, then you could send them to your CRM. You could get more complicated and actually ask for the emails and then automate sending the email. You could do all of those things, but let's just start by getting you leads. Because if we can get you 5 leads, 10 leads, 15 leads in the next week, that's how you're going to build that momentum and start to differentiate yourself from the rest of the market.
Oh my God, I did it.
I do know what I'm talking about.
On an old post on the totally free, I didn't have my credit card and couldn't put the pro trial version.
Good job. It's exciting.
Look, some of these people know me. They know that's really serious.
That's a small win, but that's what builds momentum, right? It's Lauren Lucas _RE.
He, like, I put it on an old one just for the practice of ManyChat, and then Logan was nice enough to go there, pick that one, and like follow those steps. 'Cause, like, I don't
Scroll
have-
down to where it says, keep going. A little bit more, sorry. A little bit more. That one right there. The AI Real Estate Revolution. That's okay. Scroll a little bit more. A little bit more, this one right here. Yeah? That one right there, the purple, middle. I thought there was a fire to put out. I love that hooting and hollering over there. All right. Are those of you who want to be good? I know a couple people dropped off at certain steps because you're not quite ready for what you're doing, and that's totally fine. But is everyone who wants to be good on the next step ready for the next step, or are we good there? We need to stop, pause. Good? Perfect. So now what you do is, I'll use Joel as an example. What word would you use?
Word?
Yeah. Seller, okay? So now, every time Joel's like, wow, I could really use some sellers, all he has to do is go on Instagram or Facebook, create a post, make the call to action of that post, comment the word seller. The bot's already set up. The bot's already ready to go. And then boom, boom, boom. Now, are you going to get 41 leads overnight? Probably not. But consistency.
Back and edit, like realizing that I needed
Yeah.
a separate version.
Yep. So here in ManyChat, go back to mine. When you go to your automations, you can go back and see what's live and what's not. Turn on, turn off, see your statistics. So this is the one I did yesterday during the class. You can log out and Google AI Studio tonight. When you're not so overwhelmed, go to Google's AI Studio, turn on the streaming, and it'll walk you through everything.
Okay, I mean,
Or after class when we're done, yeah.
I've got it all done, I could go live, but it's on my personal
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah, I get it. Where did I go? Right now it's Facebook and Instagram. Yep. TikTok is in beta across seas, and I have not seen anything in writing, but I did hear that LinkedIn is coming. Their big summit is in October. So I'm expecting more updates and rollouts in October. August or October, I can't remember. All right, so once we actually have this up and running, like I said, everything you post, just get in the habit, comment the word, comment the word, comment the word, comment the word. And again, I would say if you're not posting on social at the moment, you've got to give it 7 days to even warm up the algorithm. You got to be consistent, but once you actually hit your flow and you're starting to post consistently enough and starts to see that people are starting to come through and engagement starts to rise and reach goes, about day 30 is when you're going to really see this take off. For me, a lot of my posts recently have been like random podcasts that I'm collaborating on and stuff like that. So those bots are connected to those people. I'm just a collaborator. But I typically do it because I'm mostly doing AI stuff now. Every time I have a master class or something like that, I'll do it leading up to that. When I was in real estate, buyers and sellers, you can use those all the time, right? So it's up to you. And again, even if this would be a perfect problem to have. Even if you turn it on and all of a sudden you're like, holy crap, I have too many leads. You could just go in there, turn it off. It doesn't delete it. It doesn't change it. It would just pause it. Yep, I would love to have too many leads, wouldn't you? Awesome. Okay. How is it 3 or 4? 3. Okay. So last thing I will go through, since we kind of jumped around, I apologize, and also thank you for your patience. Let's do a little recap, and then we'll do some Q&A. All right. So AI is not here to replace you, but it is here to make your life easier. Don't let limiting beliefs stop you. I had one person yesterday was like, ethically, I don't know if I like this. And I'm like, that's okay. It's not for everyone. But that's up to you. If you can use Google, you can use AI. Biggest thing to remember, the prompting. We are not asking it questions. We are commanding it who we want it to be, the task we want it to complete, and making sure it knows exactly what you're looking for it to do. Spending a few hours a day for the next 2 weeks, 30 days, whatever it is, will give you weeks of your year back. I love that Anna had that example because she just saved herself so much time, so much frustration in 2 hours while sitting here and listening to everything else that's going on, right? So with that said, there's 29 weeks left in 2025. If you were to save 15 hours a week, that's 434 hours just between today and December 31st of this year. That's 10.8 full work weeks of your time back just in the next 6 months. Capitalize that on top of a 5-year career, 10-year career, 30-year career, whatever that is. How much of your life can you get back just by taking a few hours over the next couple of weeks or months to implement and learn and dig in? And you're going to be making more money so you can pay for those vacation times. And like I said, I know what it's like to feel overwhelmed, to wonder if this is something that'll work for me. I was the skeptic. I tried to break it. If you didn't already read the intro of your workbook, go read it. Because I am like, yes, I was skeptical. I thought this, I thought that. You're not too young, you're not too old. Squashing all those limiting beliefs. You can do this.
Were the people that you eliminated, were they admin who were doing these sorts of things?
Nope,
Or-
I didn't eliminate them. They left.
Okay.
That's why I got in that oh crap moment. 2 of them went on to be their own. One was a part-time agent who we said, call a spade, you're not doing anything, it's not worth it for us. And one got out of the business altogether. I didn't cut 4 people. 4 people, we went from 7 to 3 overnight, and I had to find ways. Yep. Yep. Now, could it cut out marketing and interns and ISA? Sure. I'm not advocating for that, but yeah. We went from 7 to 3. Yeah. We went to 7 to 3.
Kate, I had a similar question in terms of like content creators. If this is doing half of that, like that clone thing.
Yeah.
Are there certain sectors that are gonna end up cut out?
Probably.
You know,
I just read and research a lot. I have read that there's like 40 million jobs that have already been replaced by AI. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more. I mean, I live in a very small town outside of Columbus, and our Wendy's, you drive up, it's no longer, hey, can I help you? It is a screen that is a bot that is talking to me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it all started with customer service way back when. I mean, I had to change.
and it's not an argument either way. I just was curious, like,
Yeah.
when you were showing the clone thing, I was thinking, okay, well, if I just was, you know, a content creator, like, I'm gonna hire that person to give me ideas and make my thing for me.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm not hiring them.
Yeah.
So now that's somebody's part-time
Yeah.
gig or whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not arguing it at all. I mean, I do believe that creatives are going to have a tough time, but I also believe that people are going to get so exhausted trying to figure this out themselves that they're going to go right back to them and say,
You'll have techie people that will use
Yeah.
these that you will still hire, but they'll use.
correct, correct. And I'll be having the same conversation with a graphic designer. AI is not going to replace you, but the people who are using AI are, because you don't want to learn how to do this. You can, but it's still going to be faster, better, stronger for them. Yep. All right, so let me ask you this. What happens if you don't take action, right? Like I said, you could save 10 weeks, almost 11 full weeks between now and the end of the year. I hope that you saw at least a little bit of value in what we did today. So if you did, I would really appreciate it if you guys would leave me a Google review and just let me know kind of what your feedback was for the class. I would highly appreciate it. And then from there, I had a couple of people ask me at the break, what's next? How can I learn more? I do have a school community. If it's something you're interested in, I'll share that slide with you guys as well. It's not going to be for everybody, but it is about 75-ish real estate agents and mortgage lenders from across the U.S. and into Canada who are learning together, and it's just growing every single day. On that, I do go live 3 times a week. I do give you copy and paste, plug and play, everything that I do if you don't want to learn it on your own. So that is available to you guys as well. It is $9.97 a year, or there's an option for $97 a month if that is something you are interested in. And like I said, it's not going to be for everyone. With that being said, I have about 30 minutes left. I know I've answered a lot of questions throughout the day together, but what questions do you guys have? Any ideas that popped up that you want to brainstorm together with our time left? Yeah.
I asked Wesley, he got his opinion too, but if you have multiple markets, how do you see rolling out different accounts or?
Yeah, same
projects or
business, different market areas, or different markets altogether? Like,
different markets?
okay. So what I would do, I do have one client right now who's in Tucson and Park City. And what we do is that she has one account on Instagram that she posts everything from. She just has specific words for Park City versus specific words for Tucson. So if she's giving like specific relocation and stuff like that, it's comment the word Park City, comment the word Tucson. Yep. But here's the thing is I am part of a lot of masterminds, one of them being Neil Dingra's Forward, he's like a personal brand expert. You don't have to limit yourself to having multiple different accounts because the way that social media is set up today, 3 to 5 pillars. As long as you're talking about within 3 to 5 different things that people can expect to see, they're going to want to follow you and know. I know YouTube's a little bit different than that. You got to be a little bit more niche. But if you're talking about real estate, it doesn't really matter if it's here or there as long as the bots are specific in knowing where they're supposed to show up and what information they're supposed to provide. Okay? Joel?
Did you have an idea or like an order of operations of where you wanted to implement this and sort of like I'd probably do this first and maybe
Yep.
like 5 or 10 things, or did you just like travel down the rabbit hole?
So to their point, I got in a position where my back was against a wall and I had to figure it out. So I took a whiteboard. I had 4 whiteboards, and I was basically what takes the most of my time that I could automate. So that's where I started with bottlenecks. Step 2, plug in AI. So I whiteboarded out, here's how lead generation happens. Once a lead comes in, this is all the manual things we do. And my entire CRM now is built where like bots are responding and adding and changing and updating pipeline. Like mine's way more advanced than what I teach here. But I started with a whiteboard of what could I get off my plate the fastest that would save me the most amount of time. And then step 2 is to take that time you're now saving because that's automated and doing that over and over and over until you feel that heavy lift come up. Yeah?
I can leave the Google review, but if I have like a specific, like, hey, you might want to try this, or like feedback for you specifically.
Yeah, you can either DM me or text me, whatever. I'll put my phone number up here if you guys want it.
And it's not you, if we could have ahead of time been told, do this one pro thing.
Yep.
That would have really.
Sure. Absolutely.
Done that before.
Yeah. Add pro. I'll add it to the list.
You still need me to like something?
That's all right. I mean, you're welcome to DM me if you'd like.
You may get her, you may get her.
Oh. No, I got to change it for you guys. So what happened is the price has gone up, but I originally in May when I rolled this out to you guys, so I brought the price back down specifically for you guys. So give me 1 second. Good call. Thank you. Oh, it should be on there. When you go to click it, when you actually go to click the button, it might be on the words, but when you go to click,
Yeah, the only button is join 97 a month. If I click on that, it's already having me create a school account. I can go through that process, but this is all it's showing me on this end.
yeah, so don't read that. I just changed it back for you guys. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to honor that since not everyone was at the summit.
So let's say we've got a buyer presentation and a listing presentation packet, and we want it to kind of be revamped or more of a luxury look for this group, or what, different tiers. What program would you recommend to throw that into a ChatGPT, or would you throw it into something else to
Yeah, so
do that PDF?
that's a really good question. So she asked if you want to revamp your buyer. Any marketing material, yeah. So the best way, if it's like a presentation of some sort, Gamma is a really good one. This is where you can actually just tell the AI what you want and how you want it to look, and it will actually create it all for you. Another one is called Beautiful.ai. Same idea, just a little bit different. I would just watch, like, go to both, look at the pricing, and if they have like a little teaser video, just kind of watch and see which
And
one.
are you able to upload, like, this is my current document, can you just take the verbiage?
Yeah.
And just make it more?
Yep, so like with Gamma, I think I still have a trial here. Let me try.
So this is not one you use personally, but
I don't,
those utilize that.
here's the thing is
There's so many, and you just don't wanna pay for
Yeah.
any of them.
yeah,
You wanna find which few work, but.
yep. I'm very particular and I change my slides so often. And I found that when I tried to change it, the AI was like to everything. And I was like, I just wanted that one thing. So I still do Canva, mainly because I'm a control freak, but that's between me and my therapist.
That's me too, so maybe I need to.
So like when I came in here, like you can see a couple of different ones that I've done on Gamma. Like you can literally come in and tell it, I want this many slides, I want this theme, and just copy and paste whatever ChatGPT gave you into it, and it will create all this for you. But to me, I just wanted something a little bit more controllable.
Or editable, can you edit this?
Yeah, you can still edit it. Like I can still come in here and say no, like whatever you want, yeah. But it gives you like a starting point without having to do that heavy lifting. And then the other one, like I said, is called Beautiful AI, and it's got a bunch of different templates and stuff there too, where again, you could just copy and paste from ChatGPT into them, and it will do it for you. Any other questions? DM me. Be roulette, if it's a bot or if it's me. All right, well, if there's no other questions, that's all I had for you guys today. So, yeah, of course. I hope it was helpful. Yeah.
I've deleted this account twice, and it's taken the trial up, and then I try to set it up again. It keeps going to my personal stuff, my personal Facebook account, my personal Instagram. I don't know how to make a change, and I don't want to keep signing up and getting charged